Now that earnings season's winding down, we can circle back to some of the best stories from the past few weeks that got lost in the shuffle. Take Pinterest, the social media platform / virtual pinboard site. At the end of April, this company reported a stellar quarter, one that sent the stock soaring over 20% in response, both because the numbers were incredible and because their integration of AI has made Pinterest more attractive to both users and advertisers. Earlier today, the company rang the bell here at the New York Stock Exchange, celebrating 5 years in public markets, and we took the opportunity to sit down with Pinterest CEO Bill Ready. Find out what's driving his company's success, so take a look. Bill, big day for Pinterest. 5 years. Give me some reflections.
Well, you know, it's been a remarkable journey for Pinterest, right? A decade plus after founding, you know, Pinterest is stronger than ever, right? We just passed 500 million monthly active users. We've put up 7 straight quarters of accelerating user growth. And the thing I love most is that at the core of it, you know, we are winning with our users, particularly winning with Gen Z, which is now more than 40% of our users. We are winning by delivering them positivity. You know, when I came into Pinterest, this is one of the things I set out to do was prove a business model for social media centered on positivity rather than engagement via enragement.
Right.
And, you know, coming up on 2 years in, you know, we have accelerated user growth, we have accelerated revenue growth, but we're doing it by delivering people positivity, not by leaning on sort of the, you know, what is so common in social media around engagement via enragement, but actually bringing people inspiration to create a life they love, giving them actionability, but specifically tuning AI for positivity. We see it cutting through with our users. Gen Z will tell you one of the biggest reasons they come to Pinterest is they see it as an oasis away from the toxicity they experience elsewhere in social media.
But at the same time, these people have a proclivity, as you call it. They have a strong commercial intent.
That's
so
right.
It's not like you get them and nothing happens.
That's right. This has been one of the fundamental changes in Pinterest over the last couple of years, is that more than half the users on Pinterest are there to shop. But historically, Pinterest has sort of solved digital window shopping,
right?
But you couldn't take action on the things that you found. Now we're opening the stores. Pinterest is where Gen Z goes to shop. We more than doubled the number of clicks we sent to advertisers in Q4, and then again in Q1, actually accelerating even further in Q1. So we've brought that actionability into the platform, and it's great for users because it's helping users go take action on the things they find on Pinterest. But then it's fantastic for advertisers and really making the business model work well for both advertisers and users, because ads can be great content when the user has commercial intent, when they're there to shop, as more than half the users on Pinterest are there to do.
I think it's important to point out that your company made a switch from CPU to GPU, have a deal with NVIDIA. One of the things that my daughter was showing me that's incredible, you do a collage, and then immediately when you go back to your page, there are the ads that actually you want, and therefore much less invasive. You're actually thinking, I need it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We leaned heavily into next-gen AI roughly 2 years ago. And I've shared this, that we now have models that are 100 times larger than what we had before, GPU serving, all these things. And what that led to was a full 10 percentage point lift in the relevancy of our recommendations for users. But it's not just the AI, it's the really unique signal that we get on our platform. Pinterest has always been about curation, but we've really doubled down into curation and particularly making it more refined, more granular, so that not only can you post pictures of what you're interested in on Pinterest, you can actually grab elements out of those pictures and say, well, from this picture, it's that pair of pants from this picture, and this shirt from this other picture, and this, this hat from this other one, these pair of shoes, and put that together in a great outfit. And that is great for the user because they're planning the things they want to do, whether it's putting together an outfit or designing a room, but then it's also really unique signal for Pinterest that is completely unique to social media. There's no other social media platform that gets this kind of signal with this granularity. And the AI is as good as the signal upon which it's acting. And that is just completely unique signal that we have that you wouldn't find anyplace else, that is letting us train the AI to give better and better recommendations for users. And that is part of why you see users coming back and shopping more and taking action now that we're bringing the actionability as well.
And it's lightning quick. Now, one of the things that people have said to me, Jim, it's tapped out, it's going up so much. But I look at the really the incredible breakdown between international and domestic, and I think it maybe scratched surface.
Yeah, I would say we are scratching the surface on so many of these things. Shopping, we're just getting going. We have accelerated user growth with every generation. Gen Z's our largest, but we've accelerated user growth with every generation. in every geography, and we have roughly 80% of our users outside the US, but less than 20% of our monetization. So to your point on international, there's a huge opportunity on international, and the things that we've done around shopping, we really started in our home market in the US, and we're just starting to take those international. So we see tremendous opportunity there, even as there continues to be, a lot more opportunity in shopping here in the US as well.
All right, now, Bill, one of the things I've been thinking about is there's kind of there's a have-not thing developing online. And we know that YouTube is doing well. We know Amazon, obviously, the Google part that is not YouTube. And I want to put you in that category. And one of the reasons I want to, by the way, I don't mean to slight by any means Reddit, because they're doing well too. But nobody ages down. They all age up. Tell us what that means, because it's really special to you.
Yeah, it is quite unique. It is super rare to see a mobile app age down over time. Normally it ages up over time. And as we have leaned into curation and actionability, and most importantly, positivity, that is winning with Gen Z. And we are, exactly as you said, we are aging down, which is almost unheard of for an app, because typically you get your most engaged users early on, and then over time, each successive cohort is less and less engaged. And this is actually one of the things I shared at our Investor Day last fall. Not only are we aging down, our most recent cohorts are nearly twice as engaged as cohorts from the years prior. So unlike what is typical, where you'd have like a cohort at the beginning that is the most engaged, and then less and less engaged as you get more peripheral users, our most recent cohorts are approximately twice as engaged as prior cohorts. So we are finding our best product market fit in years. And it really is about the curation, the relevancy with AI, and the actionability on the platform and positivity.
I want to go back to this point of positivity. I remember I got this from Jensen Huang at NVIDIA. He said, Jim, going forward, it's going to be the companies and sites that incite combat versus the ones that are friendly. I said, well, combat is where everybody goes. He goes, not the people you want. You are not like letter X, a combat site.
Yeah, so that's right. So we are trying to bring people inspiration. We are trying to, people come to Pinterest with intent and purpose. It's fundamentally different than the rest of social media. It's primarily entertainment based. But, this was one of the things that I intentionally focused on coming in, is that we wanted to prove that you could tune AI for positivity. When you look at how social media became much more negative and toxic over the years, it was really when AI was put in charge of what you see.
Yes.
And the AI figured out that you look longer at things that are triggering for you, whatever your trigger is.
Right.
And so, we shifted from tuning for view time maximization to tuning for positive outcomes, like helping you find a thing that you want to shop or buy, and testing for things that'll just make you feel better. And we're proving out that there is a business model around positivity, that it pays to be positive, and we're competing on that. And I think we're not a battleground in the sense of the engagement via enragement that you see elsewhere, but I do hope that what we can do is prove out a competitive element in social media. I would love to see a world where social media platforms competed on their safety standards the same way that auto manufacturers compete on their safety standards, which if you go back far enough, there was a time when auto manufacturers said that was against the business model.
Right.
But now it's not just minimum standards, they compete on who has the best safety standards, the best safety results. I hope that we can create a world like that for social media.
I think you can. One last question. Do you pay attention to this TikTok battle in Washington? Could there be an opportunity for Pinterest, or is that a sideshow?
Well, what I would say is, Gen Z comes to Pinterest because they see us as something different and unique from the rest of social media. However, what I would say, without commenting on any one specific company, if you go around the world, you see governments around the world paying much more attention to what's happening with social media. And, the ways that social media has failed to protect its users are too numerous to count. And so I think as that happens, you're going to see, more and more governments looking at social media and the effects. And on our part, we're not sitting around waiting for government and regulators to take action. We're trying to go do the right thing and prove it's a good business model to do the right thing for users.
All right, I want to congratulate you on 5 years, and most importantly, congratulate you on that attitude. As a parent,
Thank you,
that's
Jim.
what I want to see. And as a younger person, they should want to see it too. Bill Reddy is the CEO of Pinterest, and we are at 5 years. What a remarkable journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for having me.
Ned Money back in the break.
When we return, master the markets one stock at a time. The lightning round is up next. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow at Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. Hashtag Mad Mentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.